Man, hey, hey, now we coming to 2025 at the Taza Pod. That intro got a different that song got a different
Yeah,
feel
I
to
was
it.
going I was gonna actually tell you, man, about maybe a month ago that the more you the more you play it, the more I see it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the more it grow on me. You know, yeah, it just got that effect, man. I was just really peeping it, and it was a heavy intro. You
Uh,
know, so Allah, Yahweh Shimmy, Yahweh Shai,
yeah,
brother.
much shy, call Lord. And with that, Shalom Akim. Hey, before we get started, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh,
Shem
Bahashem,
Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai,
Shem
Bahashem
Hakadah.
Rachakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of great millstone, as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings toward Joachim Model, who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to you believers out there who believe in on the gospel. And a couple of brothers back, from the Great Millstone Houston camp, I'm the brother Korah Abad. And as always, we got the beloved Elder Tazapah and the Wadi Bashim Washai, man, for again, another opportunity to come push this word. And we living in a special time to pushing this word. Uh, it's kind of like it's kind of like a superpower. I don't want to say kind of like a superpower, but in a way, it is like a superpower because now that we're seeing everything starting to play out as we saying, it's different now. As me Elder Taza was saying as the lesson started, the intro, I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Now that we got into 2025, the spirit in the world is different. The spirit in America is different. And now we get to the point that everything we have been saying, we finally go see it play out. It could be any day, it could play out too. But we living in some interesting times. 2025, we 2 days in, and the Lord been getting busy. He been getting busy. There's a lot going on in the earth, a lot going on in America, and it's a lot to come. Before we get into anything, Elder Tazapah, the floor is yours if you have anything.
Yeah, I just say shalom, to the Akyam, the Akwa, this year, this hopeful year of salvation and Esau's destruction, if I said that correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, right, the Lord brought us through 2024. It was a hellified year, and let's pray He bring us through 2025. And we may see the Most High wrap things up this year, you know. And I'm saying that to say we're gonna see some major prophecies come to pass because you know 2024 then already set a precedence for this what you call this grand finale.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2024 set the stage.
The grand finale.
So right, we can't do nothing but we waiting on all right, MOTB, Jacob's trouble, and then the third woe. The Lord said he wasn't gonna drag this thing out. And Esau is he's out of avenues to turn down. All right. And we bring out Revelation 12 and 12 almost every show, but he knows that he had but a short time and he's in a scramble. He's in the scramble. How do we know that? Because of the things that he's doing in the earth right now. So I don't know where you want to take it or kick it off, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and get started, and then cause we got some info to get into.
Can. So, and with that, we'll hop into it again. It's a kind of like a various topics, really just touching on everything that's been going on, which again is a lot of information. And the precept that come to mind is Ephesians, the 5th chapter and the 15th verse. If a brother want to throw it in the chat,
Yeah,
how it
I'm right
says,
there.
"Oh shit, you got it at the
Oh,
top of
you
the
got it? Yeah, I'm right there. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil.
time. You got it.
Oh, yeah, it's just Right now, like I was just telling, the young priest, we was talking before we started the live. Esau is, well, he serves the prince of the power of the air. So he himself is a prince of the power of the air. All right. You got a chief prince, that's Satan, but then he teaches his cohorts. All right. That's why he has the satellites, he the planes, he dominates the air.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can't nobody question or deny that. Esau rules the air. All right. So he's able to manipulate what you see. He's been doing it through his media, television, movies, even print, news, publications, magazines. He's able to control what you see. All right. And he understands the power of image. And so he wasn't set up to give you the truth. And I'm saying that to going back to the scripture. All right. Ephesians 5:15, see then that ye walk circumspectly. You're going to have to really examine and look into everything, because the era of false flag, false information, fake news, all of that we're here. Again, Revelation 12:12. If you would grab that real quick.
I got you. It's Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, and woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
So he's having great wrath. That wrath is directed specific, well, let's say first and foremost, towards you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who predominantly make up the nation of Israel. That wrath is first and foremost directed towards you. All right. And then, the rest of the Goyim, as they call it. So if he's having this wrath, what benefit is it to him to give you truth? Knowing what the scriptures say, that the truth shall make us free. So truth is bad for business for this man. And that he was set up to, that's what the devil does, deceive. He was set up to be the devil and to deceive. That's his job in the earth. So we're going to have to give our due diligence, because we were set to be the light of the world. And that's not this world, because this world is wicked and soon to be destroyed. Talking about the world system. But we are the light of the world, the cosmos of Israel, so that they can have a covert from the storm. They can have rest, as the scriptures say, ye who are troubled, rest with us. Paul said that at 1 Thessalonians 1:6, or either 2. So I think the brother gonna pull it up. But yeah, ye who are troubled, rest with us. It's our job to be the light. Esau is to be the dark. And that's what the scripture talks about here in Ephesians. But we were set up to be the light. All right. So we don't want to be false light. All right. Or give off illusions. We want to be the true light. All right. Going back to Ephesians chapter 5:15 again, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. All right. Did you want some more on that?
No, that was the point. The day's evil. We in the time we got to pay attention to every little big thing and little thing. I got that Second Thessalonians 1 for you if you wanted it.
Thessalonians. Yeah, bring that out real quick.
Kind of Second Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6, it says, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. And to
And
you
we
who
coming
are,
to that time. The Lord getting ready to come back to the earth and show out. He gonna show out because y'all done forgot. Y'all done forgot, so now he got to show you. Which, I mean, it was set up from the beginning. But man, it's gonna be marvelous to watch.
mm-hmm.
But go ahead, Doc.
Hey, that's what it's saying. Sirach 36 chapter. It says, ask the Heavenly Father to show his true power as we know him. In the prayer, it says, as we know you, let these people know you how we know you. Meaning what? We know the Heavenly Father to be Al-Shadia, man, a terrible demon-like power. Well, we want the Lord to show these people that then. We already know
Exactly.
it. We
That's
already
right.
know it, and we're afraid. Show
That's
these
right.
people who don't serve you who you really are. And that's why we're so excited, because we finally get to the point to where the Lord about to strike fear into the people of the earth, man. And that's what we've been waiting on as believers. But that's it. I
That's
finished
right.
reading 2 Thessalonians 1 and 7. And to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahushua shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not the Most High and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach.
Which day we patiently await. All right. We patiently await on the Lord as enduring hardness as a good soldier, you know, as we wait, but we wait, So yeah, you can go ahead.
Kind of, so with that, we'll hop into it, into the information. And we'll start with this one, which I'm sure a couple of these articles, Akim Akwaz may have seen it, but hey, we're going to keep adding on to it, allow the Lord word to continue to go out. So this first one, and this the good one to kickstart everything else that we're going to add on to, because we're in a time to where the Lord is sending signs in the earth. And every sign don't have to be a flood, an earthquake. Every sign don't have to be wars and rumors of wars, but things like this. How the Lord gives signs, and really, to the prophets, really. But we'll read into this one, and this is a specific hit, right? Now I'm gonna read a little bit. It says the U.S. Capitol struck, and now mind you, we're only 2 days until January, and all this information we're about to touch on have been happening so far this year. So it seems like it's gonna be an exciting year. So this first article says the U.S. Capitol struck by lightning on New Year's Eve. 4 iconic buildings struck in one night. Now, I watched the Apostle Tahar video, and what he was saying, which it made sense, was to show us in the know this is a sign from the Lord. Now, people would say, as the Apostle said, well, lightning struck buildings before. That's true. Or lightning struck, important buildings before. That is true. But to have 4 iconic major buildings struck in one night, that's different. That's a sign from the Lord. And when I seen this, you know what I thought of? That in Daniel the 5th chapter, many tekel, you forcing. The writing on the wall. The writing on the wall. Now, we're going to go ahead and read into this. But before we read into this article, this is the lightning strike, right? And you see how it go down. Now, those of us who know, a little Hebrew, which the Apostle Ramla pointed this out. But you see right here, you got the lightning strike going down and the one going across it. Now, what Hebrew character does this look like? Got it right here. Paleo Hebrew. Let's see what character it look like. Let's just go to this one. It looked like the last character of the Hebrew. Let's go back to the image. You see this? It come down, right? Got the line going down, and you got the line going across. When you go to the Hebrew character, the last letter, hence last, the last alphabet is Tawa. You see right here, line going down at the bottom right of the screen, line going down, line going across. And what Tawa, I said Tawa. The ta. What does that stand for? Last, the end, the end. You see, the end. So even in this lightning strike, it ain't just hit for iconic buildings, but even the outline of it, it represents the end. Many, many Tekel you force, and we're at the end of this empire, man. So let's read a little bit into it. It says Donald Trump supporters on social media speculated over whether a divine message was being sent after lightning strikes reportedly hit the United States Capitol building and Washington Monument in Washington, D.C., and the One World Trade Center and the the Empire State Building in New York City on New Year's Eve, all in the same time. It says footage and images shared online reportedly show all four buildings being struck as revelers gathered across the United States to see in the New Year's. Now I'm gonna go ahead and play this real quick, and we ain't got to read into it. But this is the strike. Now this is the one on the Capitol building, and you see right here, even the people of the world know the Most High is sending a message. Won't He do it?
Yeah.
Let's slow it down. Boom. Look at that thigh. Look at that thigh. Yeah, this the end. The writing on the wall. Many, many Tekel you forcing. Your kingdom is finished and numbered. The Lord got the number on this place, man. Now we about to see the Heavenly Father act. Yahweh Shai act. You know, now all this information we about to go into after this, I just wanted to start it with this one because again, this is signs of the end. Now that we have a sign that the Lord is showing us when the end, look at how the world played out since we came into 2025, mainly here in America. Look at how things transpired. Now, the next thing we'll touch on is the Pope. You know, the Pope, he supposedly opening portals, right? Now we'll play this video, get a little bit into it. Elder Tazapah, you got it. But before we get into this information, look at the events that occurred before the New Orleans massacre, before the shooting in New York, before a shooting in Chicago, right? And which we'll touch on these things before a stabbing in Kroger, before people lost their mind in 2 days. You had the Pope opening portals, and the Lord struck 4 major buildings in America and symbolized that this is the end by way of the Hebrew character the Ta. So now that we're seeing all this happening, look what have transpired in the world. But I don't know if Elder Tazapah, you kind of wanted to open it up, say a little bit before I play this video, or you just want me to play the video of the Pope?
Yeah, you can go on and get into it.
All right, I'll just go ahead and play this quick video. Let's see. Here we go. So it says Pope opens first portal December 24th, 2020. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. It's like it's just It didn't even look like he getting possessed with demons as he's sitting there, and just the eerie sounds, you know,
Right. The demonic.
very eerie. And he just opened it. He said that, and you know what? If you look at his chest, he started breathing hard, you know, looking.
Mhm.
So that's pretty much it. Now, you got it, Tazapa.
Con, yeah. So this is Revelation 16 and 13, Salakia. It says, and I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. And the dragon represents Rome, all right, Esau. And this, we're in the last leg of his rulership, this revived Roman Empire. That's the dragon. The mouth of the beast is NATO and the EU, and the mouth of the false prophet, that's the Vatican, Rome. The head of that, that they put uh, the titular head, meaning the show, the head for show is the white pope. All right, so it said that these unclean spirits would come forth. And so what you just saw was a ritual. What he's doing, he's performing a ritual. And rituals deal with spirits or energy. Energy or spirits or energy. So he's doing this ritual to conjure or call in some type of demonic energy. Now this started Christmas Eve. And we know, if we don't have time to go into it on this show, but we know the demonic origins of Christmas. So they perform this demonic ritual on this demonic day, all right, of the summer solstice, or during the, I'm sorry, during the winter solstice. So, and then as the brother just said, next thing you see, all type of murder and violence, which is unprecedented even for America, which is known for murder and violence. But it's like it then went to another level. And I don't know, I have to quote the elder Yahshua, but I don't think he mind me using his quote. But he said that, all of these incidents may be tied to this ritual that they did at the Vatican,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so this is why I'm saying we really gonna have to be on our spiritual P's and Q's, because we know that they gunning for us. Just like I said a while ago, they're gunning for us. And we're gonna have to be built up in the spirit, built up in the faith. If you would, brother, get 2 Corinthians 5 and 7.
In 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 7, it says, "For we walk by faith and not by sight."
That's it. So we're gonna have to walk by faith and not by sight. And that's gonna be heavy coming into this year. Because like I said, this man has mastery over even the skies. The prince of the power of the air, they got the blue beam, and they can project images, make it look real. You see the billboards, right? Where the shit pop out the billboard, look real and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just imagine what they could do. Even the, the apostles and the elders and bishops were speaking how they was able to recreate Tupac and do a concert. You know, this was years ago. So who knows what they got now? And I'm saying that to say we're gonna have to go by faith. We're gonna have to, it's on. All right. It's on. We're gonna have to walk what we taught. As men of the Lord, you know, the hopeful elect, we're gonna have to walk what we taught. You know, be be serious about this. So yeah, let's go from there. Get Habakkuk 2 and 6, brother. And I
What's
think
the
after that we can move on.
what's the saying? Because what you just said reminded me of something. Not time is of the essence, but uh we have a sharp margin for error right now.
Yep.
A small margin for error, kind of what you were saying, because again, we coming into different times. Like none of us really could put our finger on the details, the specifics on what's about to take place. Now, granted, we have an idea through prophecy, right? But we don't know the details, what day, what time, what's gonna happen, you know? But the thing is, it's about to be new events that take place. So what is even gonna take some of the elect, I won't say off guard, but it's gonna have even some of the elect in awe, taken back from the things we about to see. A lot of stuff we about to see, again, we don't know what a time like never before look like, what it sound like, what it feel like. A lot of articles we gonna see is gonna be fake news, as Trump say, but a lot of things that's about to take place is gonna seem like fake news, look like fake news, feel like it's too good to, it's impossible. But that's the time we in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the time we in. New things are about to happen, man. And what Elder Tazapah saying is that, start with myself first and foremost, but we all have to be on point because now things are about to move faster. And since things are about to move faster, we have a smaller margin for error now, though. You know?
God.
But I'll start at verse 1. There's a Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower. And
that's daily. You know, and you always bring up what the apostle said. You know, Apostle Talk. If you miss one day, you missed a lot.
It's a lot.
You know. So yeah, you got to be on your watch daily. You know, it's the Thursday watch, but shit, this brother constantly putting up videos, sometimes 2 a day or more. You know, I'm getting mine in. You know, brothers all throughout GMS. You know, getting that work in. We scared to death. Brother should be. Now that Esau and none of his weaponry, we already know the Lord told us, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. We ain't worried about this devil. Matthew 10 and 28. Fear not him that is able only to destroy the body, but fear him who can destroy both body and soul in hell. Paraphrasing, but we fear the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
What the world does not do. They don't have a fear of the Lord. And that's why, you know, going back to what you were saying, what I brought up, it's going to be beautiful to get to see the Lord putting in work. You know, all the scoffers, the mockers, the non-believers, you know, the incredulous ones. You know, it's, and just to see the look on their faces. But anyway, read on that.
God, Habakkuk 2 and 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I reprove.
That's right.
And the Lord Yahweh,
Go ahead.
it says, and the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Right, and the vision is the prophecies, all right? And they've been written. There's nothing else to write. All right. That's why the scripture say with Isaiah 34:16, of the making of many books, there is no end. And then go into say, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, no one of these shall fail. You know, none shall want her mate. So the prophecies have already been written, and there's none of the book that you need for salvation. Now, there's other books that insightful, helpful to you in your walk, in your growth. There's some books out there that are beneficial, but there's only one book that's going to lead you to salvation, that's going to teach you of Yahweh Shah. And with that, there is no mate. All right. When it comes to the salvation of the children of Israel, there is no mate. It's second to none when it comes to salvation. And just edifying a man, building you up spiritually into a righteous man. That's this book. But anyway, the prophecies have been written. So now it's our job to make it plain upon tables, to break it down. All right. Give the people the insight, going back to what I said earlier about being the light, the true light. All right. Go ahead, read it, Doc.
It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
And it's speaking. And so I was saying, the truth is getting ready to shine, to have this, because Esau has been allowed we're given rulership of the earth, and his job was to deceive and take truth from the earth. But now it's nothing he can do about it. The truth is about to shine. Well, I mean, it has been shining, but to the degree that there's no denying it. All right, people have been able to turn a blind eye, to deny and hang on to their strongholds, false beliefs, and ideology. They've been able to do that, and it's going to come a time. And like I say, the Most High has been doing it little by little, but we're coming to a point it's going to be undeniable as far as, who the Lord is, who he's dealing with, and all of that good stuff. The things that we've been speaking on, they have been and will continue to come to light. So the truth is shining, it's winning right now. All of those that are opposed to the truth, living in the sea, living in the dark, they're losing. They're losing. Those who are running with the truth, rocking with this truth, we winning. We know we got to go through rough ways. But that's, yeah, small price to pay for something that's so magnificent that it can't even be put in words. Yeah, this little old tribulation, it's a small price to pay. And I ain't to say it's going to be a cakewalk. I'm just saying, compared to what the Lord had to offer, anyone should be willing to give up their life.
Mm-hmm.
That believes, of course, anyone that believes. But yeah, brother, go ahead. The point coming up.
God says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Go ahead.
Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
And that's the point right there. All right. So we're going to have to walk by faith, not by sight, if we're the just, because the just are going to walk by their faith. All right. So then it becomes about you and your personal relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So, in other words, we're coming into times you won't even be able to trust your own eyes. You're going to have to trust Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. The Lord told us, that your mother and father, your parents, brothers and sisters, they're going to be the one to betray you. This is where the world is at. We're in a super demonic time. All right. And so faith is going to be necessary in going forward. Not that it never was before, but it's going to be crucial and detrimental going forward. So, and just to close out the Pope thing, because like I said, it started what that was Christmas Eve, and I think they're gonna open the last one on the 5th. Now, there's
Before
4
J6.
different doors. What you got up?
Now I just said that's before J6. January 6th.
See, right. And so you see, all of this is tied together. This is all tied together because the Vatican, as you was bringing out, is 1/3 of the 3-city state. Because you got the Vatican, and you got London, and then you got DC. All right, and so I think okay. So it's titled Jubilee Year 2025, Pilgrims of Hope. And I'm bringing that out because that fits with the theme at Great Millstone with this year. The hopeful year of our salvation and Esau's downfall. Well, at the Vatican, they're dubbing this the Pilgrims of Hope. That's us. Although we don't affiliate with them. But again, that's another sign. The Lord is speaking to us, telling us, I'm about to come get y'all. With the lightning, even with what the Pope is doing, what the Vatican is doing. And this ties in with, or is adjacent with what's going on, or in tandem with what they're doing at CERN, which they say they found magic at CERN. They didn't open up a portal or went to some, I don't know what they did. I don't know what they're doing at CERN, but they claim that they found magic. The very element of magic. Brother pulled it up. I don't know what the hell that means, but it's all tied in. All right. And so if you think about it, right? Because we was gonna do, as the time didn't allow us, but we was gonna do a 2024 wrap up. But if you look at the events, if y'all remember how 2024 started, can you remember the major event that kicked off January? Because even I didn't forget about the incident, but time moving so fast, I thought it was like 2 years ago. But that's how fast time is moving. You know, it was actually January the 5th of 2024, and it was supposedly alien sighting at the malls or at a mall in Miami. And then it was, you know, came out, they said it was a hoax. But you had a parade of law enforcement to respond to what they claimed was some teenagers popping fireworks. But that's how 2024 started off. Now, was that real or was that Memorex? Was it a psyop? You know, but that's how 2024 kicked off. All right. And then the next event that eclipsed that, all right, and then that kind of got swept under the rug. You know, people just like you forgot about it. You know, the Cat Williams shit came out after, and like they say, it went viral, and then you forgot about all of that. But the two were related because it was in line with what happened throughout 2024, and that was the exposure, the revealing. So, like I said, brothers are saying that you're gonna see heavy judgments this year. You know, yeah, that's because the revealing, if you was paying attention, took place last year, where all of these, I mean, it was an exposure last year, and I ain't talking from the Diddy shit all the way through Congress to your vice president. You seen Kamala come on and do a speech drunk. I ain't never seen that. Bush might have been coked out a few times, but you know, you ain't never seen somebody that was visibly drunk giving a speech. This is all them being revealed. The Lord is showing these people this shit is ran by the wicked. And so, in 2025, and this is me speaking as a man, I see judgments. And you look how this year's starting off. Death on top of death, on top of carnage, on top of mayhem. That's how this year kicked off. It ain't stopping. This is the trend. Like Jura Salente, this is the trend.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a publication and do none of that. Tune in to Thursday Live. You're going to see judgments. So, yeah, brother, they exposing the whole, you know, shit. They just came out right before 2024 closed and admitted that it was biolabs, American funded and ran biolabs in Ukraine. So, I mean, all kind of dirt came to light in 2024, and it's been, you know, things have been coming out. But if you look at the magnitude and the scale of what went down, you know, even with the that sighting at the mall, yeah, it was all an unveiling. And to tie in with that sighting, what did they say? That was this past summer. They released the classified or some of the classified UFO documents.
Right.
So it's a revealing.
Elder Taza, I'll be right back.
Yeah, Con. And so, yeah, you gonna see the light show this year. So let's see till the brother get back. And first, let me see here.
All
Yeah,
right.
you know what? You got something, Matt?
Live.
Okay. Uh, um, we'll go to your next. You go to
Okay.
your next slide.
Kind of. So with that, as you see, you got the the Da sign from the lightning strike, which symbolizes the end. In other words, like the ancient Babylon, the writing on the wall.
And
Uh,
the comics crossed this place out.
mm-hmm.
What was that this year? Or I
I
mean,
believe it was last
2024.
year.
I don't remember, but you remember the path. I think that was 2024.
Oh yeah, yeah, time flying. But yeah, the comic show did put a thought over America as well.
Right.
Yep. So again, the writing on the wall. Now with these things happening, now the Lord, we see him working in the earth. You also have the Pope, as the elder just spoke on, which spirits being sent out. So now, after all those things happen, look what took place just in 2 days of 2025. So this from End Time Headlines. It says, update, the death toll climbs to 15 from New Orleans terror attack and dozens injured. And I know I came out there, I've probably seen videos, but this just one of many. That was just the prelims to Jacob's trouble. That's small work to what's about to happen. But when you see that video, how people just got ran through like a movie. Well, that's the point. We about to start seeing things with our own eyes in real life that we only see on movies. That we only see on movies. Destructions and judgments like movie like type things. The Lord showing new signs. Um, I won't read into this too much because I'm sure brothers already know what's up. We already got the apostles brothers doing lessons, but you had this guy take his truck and just run through Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Now, if you ever been to Bourbon Street in New Orleans, shit, you shoulder to shoulder the people out there. It's barely room to move in the first place. And then once he sped down the street, killed a couple of people, he hopped out and started shooting with a firearm. But it ain't just what this man did, which that's judgment, but how they trying to paint it, they calling him a terrorist. Now, if you look at this man, he got the average look of a what? What we into? I'm gonna say it like that. What we into? He got the average look of people who believe what we. Well, I ain't even gonna say that. Can't even say that. Right? Can't even. You don't want to tie that. But what Esau about to try to start doing, he about to have a lot of so-called terror IST attacks. And this is gonna be a way for him to try to link this to what we doing. Again, like they said, the guy who was driving down the street of Bourbon, he had an ISIS flag. Just like you got Vocab Malone trying to tie us to Islam, right? But it ain't just the Hebrew Israelites who they're gonna try to use in a bigger scheme of things. What Esau really want to do, we about to start seeing a lot of these attacks, shootings, deaths, explosions, to put fear into the people to feel like everything is uncertain. And also the message that they've been trying to push in the media is these immigrants. Since these immigrants came in, things been getting bad. We can't trust them, so on and so forth. So we about to start seeing a lot of these attacks, which gonna give way to what? When Trump get in office, if he get in office, if nothing will happen before then, this gonna give way to Trump to do what? Bringing those troops for mass deportation. Or if not just for the so-called immigrants, bring in troops regardless, because according to the information or legislation that the DOD passed a couple weeks ago, if anything get out of hand for the local police department, they can call in the troops to use deadly force. That's on the books. So in saying all that, we about to start seeing a lot of events take place to where it's going to be out of the police hands. An easy way to call in troops. So be prepared to see a lot of these things. Now, that's one that happened in New Orleans. You had 15 people and counting who died and many others who injured. Also on New Year's, was it New Year's or was this New Year's Day? It don't matter. We in day 2, so it's either New Year's or New Year's. The one of them. It happened. This is another thing that happened in America. It says update: 1 dead and 7 injured at Trump Hotel as Tesla Cybertruck explodes in possible act of terror after driving up to the front door. Now they also saying, I seen in the news how the guy who owned this Cybertruck and this guy who rode down the street in New Orleans, they was a part of Fort Bragg, if I'm not mistaken. One of those, I believe it's Fort Bragg, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so what they saying about this one? What a coincidence! You got Elon Musk Cybertruck pull up to the front of Trump Towers, and them two just linked up, and it's just explosion. Just random things, right? So that's one thing that happened. Matter of fact, I'll read a little bit of it. We ain't got to. It's cool. Sure, brother, seen it. And also on top of the Cybertruck that happened in Vegas, even after that, this also came out a couple. And I mind you, we in day 2 of 2025. All these things are taking place. How much more for the rest of the year if we make it that far? But this from Natural News, not Natural News, but End Time Headlines as well. It says developing Vegas rocked by hostage situation on a bus just hours after Tesla Cybertruck terror attack. So you see a lot of things happening. As a scripture in 2nd Esdras, if a brother want to post it, how it says, it shall be confusion also in many places. That's where we at right now. A lot of things about to start taking place. And you know what else this remind me of, Advertiser Paul? The Lord said, matter of fact, I'm going to get it. 2nd Esdras 16, real quick, about the plagues that's going to come. 2nd Esdras 16, because how these things come in one after another, it remind me of contractions. 2nd Esdras 16 and verse 37, it says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. And it's about to give us a likeness of how these plagues gonna come. It says, verse 38, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. And what's those pains? Contractions. Now they come when they want to come, but as the child get closer to being delivered, they get closer together. And as they get closer together, they become more painful. It says, which pains when a child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. This is the point. Even so in the same way, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. The world shall mourn and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. And as we seeing things, we 2 days in. 2 days into 2025, and this remind me of contractions, one after another. Now, as we continue on in 2025, on the 3rd, tomorrow, it may be a different event. But the point is, as we get closer to the end, these events going to start being one after another, as we seeing, and they're going to start getting worse, impacting more people as they come. This is where we at in world history, man. At the end. At the end. At the end,
Yep.
you know what? And you know what else apart in movies? Where your most action-packed scenes be at the end of the movie? Shit be blowing, slacking, but stuff be blowing up just like stuff blow up. People die. We at the end of the movie, man.
Yeah, I got this is Luke 21 verse 9. It says, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. So yeah, we in that time and we in the end. It's commotions, wars, turmoil, confusion. Yeah, Al-Wap said it was Fort Bragg.
And he said Fort Bragg is the home of special warfare.
Right. Yeah.
So the things we seeing, man, these things are set up. I'll read this real quick. The brother BA and the brother Yahweh posted it. 2nd Esdras 5 and 8. Just the time we're now. When you read this, it's talking about now. It says, but this one of the events or signs that was going to take place in the end. 2nd Esdras 5 and 8, there shall be a confusion also in many places. The time's about to become so strange. People ain't gonna know whether it's AI, CGI, is that real? Will God really do this? would the government really do this? Things about to start getting questionable. That's what Elder Taza Power was saying earlier. We got to be on point with what we know. Hey, remember, even Yahweh Shai had to say it. Even so much, if it was possible, they would deceive the very elect.
That's right.
Come on, man.
I was just thinking about that.
Think about the times that we're not coming in. Think about the times we in. If Yahweh Shai had to say, in other words, if the Lord didn't have a spirit on the elect covering them from the things that's about to take place, they would get taken out too. They would be deceived too. They would be lost in the sauce too. The point is, the Lord have a spirit on the elect to cover them, to keep them away from the dangers, to keep their eyes single on what's going, so they're not going to get caught up in the smoke screens. They're not going to get caught up in the confusion. The point is, it's about to get so bad that if it was possible, even the elect would be deceived. That's how much false fake news about to go out, how many fake signs and miracles, so on and so forth. Time's about to get very strange, man. We never seen what the end of the world look like. So like Tazapa, you got it.
No, you good. This Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false messiahs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. All right. And we read out of Revelation 16 about the false prophet. Now, the Lord talking about all false prophets, but how much more so the head false prophet, the Vatican. All right. And they're in the business to deceive. This is what they do. The Vatican makes billions a year to give people false hopes through false doctrines, ideologies, and beliefs. So, and we know that they got some of the world's top technology as well, at the ancient technologies, as well as the modern shit. The CERN might, well, shit. The Vatican might own CERN. I don't know. But I know that the research that they're doing at CERN goes hand in hand with what they do at the Vatican, because the CERN is opening up wormholes, portals, or whatever, smashing particles together to try to go into other dimensions, or whatever it is that they're trying to do. Well, we just showed you the article where the Vatican is opening up portals. All right, and all of this shit that they talking about, aliens and this and that, and there are no aliens. Esau deals with the left-handed entities, demonic entities. They can manifest in many ways. All right, but yeah, there's no little green men. Esau is talking to and trying to reach these entities, demonic entities, to looking for resources in the form of information. But yeah, brother, go ahead.
Let's see. I finish this off. 2 Ezra 5:8. There shall be a confusion also in many places. And what we about to see, people about to be confused about what they witness in the earth on the news. Is it really happening? Like this fog situation. People confused. Right? But it says there shall be also a confusion in many places, and the fire shall be often sent out. Hey, we had an example. The Tesla truck catching on fire. It says, and wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. Again, this is signs of the end of the world. I get this one, Ezekiel 7:23 GNT. Everything is in confusion. The land is full of murderers, and the cities are full of violence. I read 24.
That's Babylon.
Verse 24, I will bring, and it's in the GNT, I will bring the most evil nations here and let them have your homes. Your strongest men will lose their confidence when I let the nations profane the places where you worship. You know. But that's pretty much it. We can continue now. Again, I'm as we doing a lesson. I'm getting the articles together to put them in the description box because we ain't gonna touch everything. We just kind of highlighting some events. But again, just to show, all since 2 days ago, 2025, you got 15 dead in New Orleans, counting. You have the guy dead and 7 injured from a Tesla blow up. Then on the same day in Las Vegas, as the Tesla blew up, you had a hostage attack situation on a bus, on a public bus, holding somebody hostage. I'll read it a little bit. It says crisis negotiators have rushed to a scene in Las Vegas where a person has barricaded himself onto a bus. The latest threat comes hours after a cyber truck exploded outside the Trump International Hotel, sparking fears of a coordinated terrorist attack. Police are on a scene near Fremont Street and Charleston Boulevard, along with SWAT teams and crisis negotiators. Easy access to calling the troops as things get worse, and Trump ready for it. He already said it. I'm gonna go ahead and play this quick one. It's a video. Now, this one came out as well. It says, man charged in deadly stabbing at Kroger warehouse. Let me go ahead and play it. This should show you there's a spirit out here. Matter of fact, I got one more precept.
you finna get well shit. I was. Where you going, Matthew 24?
Con.
Yeah, yep. I was there.
I read it real quick. If you want to speak on it, Matthew 24 in verse 12. There's a spirit that's in the world right now. This is what the Lord is pushing in the earth right now. Matthew, and again, it's end time prophecy because Yahweh Shai said it. Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity, now what is iniquity? Lawlessness. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Right. It makes sense. You ain't got law, you got anarchy. Anarchy is chaos. This is what Babylon is. Babylon has become Gotham City. Mm-hmm. All right, without a Batman. Trump gonna come in like that Batman. You know, he's gonna take office. I don't know how it's gonna play out, but yeah, just from seeing everything, I've been seeing what the Apostle Tahar been saying, shit, for some time now, at least the last year or so. Trump is Nero. Mm-hmm. You gonna have a feather in that seat. And when I say feather, I'm referring to 2 Ezra 11. You're gonna have one of them feathers as POTUS when this place go down. It just makes too much sense. And then seeing how the Most High delivered Trump from 3 assassinations, yeah, because he's prominent in end time prophecies, or he figures prominently in these last time events. And some say that the portals was open to empower Trump. And so I say, I don't know where this shit is going. But I do feel like when in Trump's inauguration, the Most High is going to put a heavy demonic spirit on Donald Trump. Because he got a lot of shit to accomplish. And you see Trump already, he's steering away from the MAGA shit. And it's seeming like Elon is calling shots, but that's theater, because we know that the top, that they receiving Trump and Musk, they got their marching orders, But again, like I was saying, Esau understands image, And you have to understand what is this that they're showing us. Just like with the Tesla truck at Trump Tower. What is it that they want us to see? What are they showing us? Because part of their magic is they have to show you before they execute, anything upon you. They got to make you privy to it, even if you're not conscious that they made you privy to it. So even without your knowledge, it don't matter as long as they put it out there. So right, you got to see these things and ask these questions. What? Yeah, that's not a coincidence. A Tesla truck, and then you got Trump in the caption or in the picture. The name Trump in the picture. Now I ain't studied it yet, but that's something to look into.
Yep.
What was I speaking on before this? If you don't remember, we can move on.
Yeah, I ain't too sure.
We could,
So that's one. So you had the hostage situation. I'm gonna go ahead and play this quick video. Man charged in deadly stabbing at Kroger warehouse. Again, we just got Matthew 24. As we get closer to the end of the world, it says that the love of many shall wax cold. When you go into that Greek word for cold, the Greek word is psycho. We about to see people go psycho.
Today's Crime Alert, we have new details surrounding a deadly stabbing at a Kroger distribution center. Memphis police say 55-year-old Anderson Todd is responsible for killing his co-worker, 38-year-old Jacoby Hobson Sr. WREG's Quimitra Wilborn breaks down what witnesses say led to the attack.
18-wheelers line up outside the Kroger distribution center on Bledsoe Cove Friday morning. Truckers say they're unable to make their deliveries because the facility is closed.
Today's Friday. If I'm not getting unloaded today, I'm gonna be stuck here until the new year.
Unfortunately, these truckers aren't the only ones not finishing the year with their loved ones. A spokesman with Kroger says the facility is closed until the investigation into the death of an employee is finished.
No place is safe, even your colleagues,
Family members identify the victim as 38-year-old father and football coach Jacoby Hobson Sr. Memphis police say Hobson's co-worker, 55-year-old Anderson Todd, is responsible for fatally stabbing him. Court records say at least 2 witnesses claim Hobson and Todd were arguing before the killing. Hobson's cousin says the argument was over football.
This nigga died over football.
Yeah.
Oh, football. How much more when people get hungry, right? When daily necessities taken away.
With a dude over football, and they got the tussling in it, and the man pulled out the knife and stabbed him once in the thigh, 3 times in his stomach, and cut his throat.
A witness tells police he watched Hobson, quote, get off his forklift, walk over to Todd, and invite him to come to an area of the warehouse that...
Hey, you see that at the top? See, if you would have had the scriptures say when a man, stronger than you looking to do you evil, don't go to a solitary place with him. You should have went there. Scriptures tell you that. If you know you beefing with somebody, the scriptures say don't follow him into a solitary, a alley, a dark alley or something like that. And look what happened.
Yeah.
Over football, man. But again, this is end time prophecy. People losing it over the smallest things. People are going psycho. Right. This is another one. You about to say something about the type of part?
Nah, you good, brother. That's right.
Con, it's another one. You had another mass shooting. Now, this was in Chicago. It says this was put out January 1st, 2025. 7 shot, 2 fatally at Kankakee house party on New Year's Day, says the police. It says Kankakee, Illinois. 7 people were shot, 2 fatal at a party on New Year's Eve. Police said police responded about 4:05 a.m. Wednesday to a home on 1845 Pearson Parkway. When officers arrived, they found a large group of people at the home attending a party. Many were running out of the home, police said. 4 people with gunshot wounds were found and taken to the hospital. 3 gunshot victims later arrived at local hospitals. and you get the names of the two that died. But you see, all the again, we just 2 days in. Just 2 days
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. God.
Even after that, January 2nd. This is New York Post. At least 10, right? Put out January 2nd. At least 10 wounded in mass shooting outside Queens nightclub. It's going down in 2025. The Lord ain't playing. It says at least 10 people, mainly teenagers, were injured in a mass shoot. Teenagers were injured in a mass shooting outside a nightclub in Queens on Wednesday night. A group of 4 men fired at least 30 gunshots into a crowd that gathered near Amazura nightclub in Jamaica, Queens, just before 11:20 after a private event at the location. But again, see, and that's another thing. Taking heed to what the apostles saying. We shouldn't even be in that spirit of going out and partying. We're in a time to where the Lord about to judge the very people who going out and partying. We shouldn't want to be around them. Mass shootings can take place.
Yep.
Again, what the other times Apostle started with, we're in a time to being circumspect about everything because we in an evil time. Paying attention to what everything that's going on, even the company we're around. As the scripture in Sirach says, when you're around stupid people, watch how long you're around. Well, people without the truth, watch out, but it actually says stupid in the GNT. But watch how long you're around them. If you're in an environment with people who ain't serving the Lord, consider the time we're around these people. Because at any time, especially in the age or the time period we living in now, the Lord is sending out mass judgments, man.
Hey,
Mass judgments. The scriptures say all these things were created for the wicked.
that's right.
That was it on that one, Elder Tazapah. You got it.
That's right. Romans 13. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. You know, I think that Romans 13:2, but up around the top. But this is 2 Timothy 3:1. It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And we proved earlier we're in the last days, the end times. Right? The end is the last. We're in the end times, the last days. So the times are perilous. All right. When you in perilous times, you're not comfortable. Matter of fact, you might be on edge, but definitely on alert. Not, worrying about kicking it, hanging out, none of that, the worldly shit. But yeah, brother, go ahead. We in perilous times,
That's it. And we could begin to wind it down here in a few, but I want to play this quick video from Dabu 7. Now, what he going into, as we just covered, all these different so-called terror IST attacks that happen within 2 days. What he gonna say is that it's so-called sleeper cells around. Whether it's, now he ain't gonna say this, but as we've been covering these things for weeks now, sleeper cells can be not just Americans, as you had to do to New Orleans, who just want to do something. And not just that this man even did. Again, we gotta remember a lot of stuff is way, say truth is stranger than fiction. We have to remember Esau got mind control technology. He got these things to get the people going. Vibrations he could put out. The point is when we talk about sleeper cells, it don't just have to be American, right? Who they make do something. But remember, we got Chinese immigrants over here, Central and South American, as they would call them, immigrants over here, Palestinian immigrants over here. And remember what we touched on, not just us, but what the prophet's been touching on for the last couple months. A lot of these so-called immigrants ain't just poor and downtrodden looking for a new place to live. No, they military age men coming in with orders. Now we seeing everything transpire. Remember, you had your boy Christopher Wray, the director of the FBI, which I think he about to lose his seat. He was saying months ago around the election, and when the next president get in office, expect to see terrorist attacks. Now, coming into when Trump about to get in office, guess what we seeing? All these things are already on the books, man. But let's go ahead and play Dabu. It says huge event is coming. Global threat advisor warns of sleeper cells activating across the U.S. and D.C. lockdown.
All right, what's up, guys? Dabu7 back at you with an update. We've got a lot going on here and a lot of connections to these events going down. And I first off want to say that in D.C., they shut down several blocks because there was a suspicious vehicle, driving up on the sidewalk and driving erratically, and they didn't know what was going on. So they told everyone to avoid the area. They have since arrested this guy. We don't have a name. We do know who the driver out of the Trump building bombing was, out of the Tesla. They've named him. We've got the names of both the NOLA guy and him. And it's pretty crazy here because there's connections that do go back to Fort Bragg. And as some say, they weren't in the same unit and this and that. That's fine. But neither was the guy Rouse that was plotting on Trump at the golf course. He had visited Fort Bragg over 100 times. Why? Why? Well, I can tell you why. And I've got it posted on my X. What does Fort Bragg specialize in? PsyOps. They sure do.
Yep.
And it just so happens that this guy that was at the Trump place and blew it up in Vegas, he was commanded by Trump-hating McChrystal. Yep. And then the other guy out of NOLA, he so happens to have served in 09 and 10 in Afghanistan and was commanded by the same individual. So you have all this, and now we also have this former CIA lady that is like a global strategist on stuff that's going to pop off. She is warning that there are over 1,000 Al-Qaeda or ISIS, however you want to look at it, these terrorists in the country right now, and that they're plotting and planning on doing something absolutely huge.
Salaki, I gotta stop it. I seen the Yashawama video. He was touching on this. Now, one thing they saying about these sleeper cells, right, is that they come because what they was trying to say is that the guy in New Orleans and the guy who blew up the Cybertruck in Vegas, they was linked going back to Fort Bragg. And the dude who was trying to kill Trump is what Dabu just said. He was visiting Fort Bragg over 100 times, as brother said, special ops, right? But one thing they said is that these so-called terror ISTs come in groups of 5 and 10s from the information that they gathered so far. Like the dude in New Orleans, they said, well, maybe it might be 5 or 10 people with them. What I got from all this is that when they say sleeper cells, now again, I'm speaking as a man, but Esau have to paint a picture to make the prophets look bad. One thing he throwing out is the Hebrew looking writings or Assyrian writings, like the guy had a big ass ISIS flag on the back of his truck, right? You know, got watching YouTube videos of ISIS and got motivated. ISIS highlights and he got motivated to go do it too, right? Which is BS. The point is they're gonna start tying what look like terrorists to Hebrew, right? To what we do, having men come out doing things with images like look like this. You see, with the beard and all. Why? And when you look at camps, what they usually is, groups of 5, 10, 15, whatever. And the point I said, this gonna make just the average dumb American on edge. Just like it happened with the apostles with 9/11, as they always get a testimony, how when that happened, just because they had Hebrew writing over the school, people thought they had something to do with 9/11. A lot of things you about to see, they go tied to these and call it T attacks, right? T attacks, and they go tied to a lot of Middle Eastern people and ISIS and Palestinians and Hebrew and Aramaic writing. And guess who it's gonna look like? They're gonna try to spin it and point it at who? The prophets, man. At the end of the day, all is boiling down to getting the prophets caught up. That's why the scripture says we're not ignorant of Esau's devices. We see you, man. Because we know ultimately who you want to come after. He just needs to set the stage to justify his actions. That's it. You about to say
and now you see why GMS Somalia pops up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There's no coincidence.
Or even Sakari talking about brotherhood over precepts, and they got that militant spirit. Hey, remember Alizar? I believe it was him. He had a shirt. He had a shirt that said, I don't mean to cut you off, El Taza Pasalaki, but remember it was
No,
like
you good.
he had a shirt that said Yahweh Shai is a man, what he called it is a black. It wasn't terrorist, wasn't the word. Man, I forget. Extreme is a black extreme something. I forget what it was, but he had a t-shirt pushing that militant terroristic vibe though. But so like El Taza, you got it.
No, you good. That was it.
Black extreme, it was something. Yahweh Shai is a black extreme identity, something. It was something he said. Anyway, but you see, they set the stage. Now, moving on, we about to wind it down here in a few. But moving on, remember, all these things were signed into place. Remember the DOD? They said if the police can't handle the citizens, then we go send in troops. But now you have the local police. They with Trump. They with it. They with mass deportation. They with locking down. So everything, and again, following all this, the attacks, the deaths, the explosions, the hostage situation, all this eventually is gonna get out of hand for the everyday policeman, everyday sheriff, and constable, constable.
Right.
Eventually, all these attacks, they gonna need law, the military. You see, the military. I'm gonna read a little bit of this. It says elected sheriffs are poised to play. Salakia. This from nationalnews.com, was put out 12:30. Not PM, but the date. It says elected sheriffs are poised to play a central role in President-elect Donald Trump's mass deportation plan, with many eager to collaborate with federal authorities to enforce immigration laws. Right? You read a little bit, but it's going to like concentration camp type deals. It says while some sheriffs in blue states are willing to cooperate with ICE, others like San Diego Sheriff Kelly Martinez are refusing to comply. And it goes on. But look, the police with it. The police with it, as you see right here. Look, we want to keep our nation safe, so they with it. The police are already down. So at any moment, remember in the legislation, it says once the local police call for help, we send in troops, and the troops gonna use deadly force. Well, the police already saying we with it ahead of time, even before deadly force got to be used. They setting the stage, man. You see. Other than that, we've been going for a little minute, Elder Tazapar. The last few things we had was going into this fog, which we could, briefly just mention, and we ain't got to play it, but. And other than that, I had an article on the CBDC too, how they come in with a totalitarianism. I don't know if you want to say that for next week or probably do a part 2 before next Thursday.
Yeah, we can go into that at another time, because that's that might be pretty involved.
Mm-hmm.
For where we at in the scope of prophecy. We know that the CBDC that's the precursor to the MOTB. So anytime, there's some news about digital currencies, my ears go up. So yeah, we go into that in the next one.
Let's do it. Lord willing. But before I ain't gonna touch on that article. We'll just hold it, but because it got some good stuff up in there, some amazing information, in there. And for those of y'all who care, is in the description box right now. This article about the CBDC, super fire. Got some beautiful information. But we'll end it off on this. What'd you say?
I can tell by the title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's fire. And it's recent. It was put out 12:30. So it's recent. It's some amazing information in there. So for those who care. But we can end it off on this, and I got one precept, but just to highlight this about this fog. Now, I ain't gonna get into it, if other brothers want to touch it, but not to hit on a conspiracy theorist, we ain't trying to be that, but this could have significance on what's taking place or what will take place from here on out. As the other Tazapot touched on the Pope with the portals, the thigh symbol, with lightning striking main buildings. But this fog may be a precursor to something else. Now, as we see, it's not regular fog. And even myself, Monday morning, I witnessed this myself. Opened my garage, turned my car on, and at first I thought it was a mist, though. I thought it was like mist, like a mist in the sky. But come to find out, it was the so-called fog. But it's been coming out not just in America, but across the world, the UK, everybody been experiencing this fog. Now, again, we about to go ahead and end it, so we ain't gonna play this video. But I'm gonna put this video in the chat. Click on this video and go ahead and watch this video. It's in the description box as well. It got some fire information. What they've been saying is that it's legislation that go back to 1999. Let's see, 1999, where the U.S. here it is. It says this. Now check this out. This fire. We ain't gonna get into it, but I'm gonna put this video for those who care. Click on the link and watch this video to explain this fog. It says, remember, this report was written back in 1999, predicting what the U.S. Air Force knew was planned to happen in 2025. It says, now, right on cue, as 2024 draws to a close, we are entering 2025. We are seeing this mysterious fog, global fog, packed with nanoparticles spreading across the US and Europe. When you go into this video, they pull up some information. I'm gonna read it right here. We need to rewind to 1999 when a document titled the Air Force 2025. Let's read that one more time. We need to rewind to 1999. So in 1999, the Air Force had this document titled this. When a document titled the Air Force 2025. What year we in? 2025. You see? And what they going to, this, what they said, in a 25-year-old report, the U.S. Air Force discussed how tiny nanoparticles can be dispersed through fog, making them undetectable. Right? And then when you go on, it says how they was going to do it by drones. Back then, it was called UAVs. Now they are called drones, which UAV, unnamed aerial vehicle, the old name for drones, as it says right there. The point is, what we saying, they already, bro, Esau is a devil. He already had all this plan. Matter of fact, and this is the point of the nanoparticles going into the air, and we can end it. The elites have been planning for decades to disperse juices. When I say juices, this is the word. V juices, right? This with those nanoparticles and what we seeing, the things put into the air, chemtrails, this is what is bringing forth the fog. The elites have been planning for decades to disperse V juices. That sounds kind of nasty, but pathogens and what else? Mind control substances. Through what? Through fog and smart dust. It may sound like a wild conspiracy, but the evidence to back this up is undeniable. We living in it. Matter of fact, it says in 2018, Julian Assange warned about intelligence agencies like Fort Bragg had research prototypes to develop what he called intelligent evil dust, which they plan to scatter around everything like confetti as part of their surveillance and control architecture. Come on, man. Watch this video. I'm going to put it in the chat one more time. Click on this video. Watch the video. It's some good information because he actually got a doctor talking about it.
Cities across the US inject his medical branches.
Nanoparticulate matter in a scatter arrangement can.
How bad he going into it. But with that, I got one precept of the Toss of Pride. You don't mind?
Yeah. We got to get the precepts, but that's in line with what Dick Gregory said, that that plane went down, and well, not the one that crashed, but the one that went missing. That airline, that plane that went missing and had them scientists on it. He said they was working on basically a aerosolized type of nanoparticles. And he didn't say it like that. He said they was working on something that, they could blow in the room and could take people out.
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds like what it is. through the fog and stuff. So that's crazy, bro. But everything coming to a head. Everything is coming to a head, man. But yeah, you got it out.
Con. As a matter of fact, this came out too in 2018 with Fauci. It says leaked documents expose Fauci plan to spray which is not these people just faces, but self-spreading juices on population centers by drone. But again, this was all put into the documents in 1999, which me and the brother BA was talking about it. Fauci been a devil. He was the one on the forefront with the AIDS, campaign, so on and so forth. He been a devil, but he just one of many faces. But anyway, I got this quick precept. So what they saying is juice making people sick. It got the fog making people sick. It got mRNA juice particles in it, nanoparticles, whatever it is. So we gonna see how this turned up. And remember that movie? I forget what it was called with Denzel Washington. How he turned that knob, and the frequencies turned up on the people, and they started wilding out. Chaos ensued.
Oh, that was Samuel Jackson.
Yep, the water.
That's Kingsman.
Kingsman. Yep. If a brother ever seen that video, that movie, The Kingsman, it was a scene where Samuel Jackson turned up a frequency and the people started going crazy. They started bugging out, fighting, whatever it was. Who knows what these chemicals could be, man? But I got a quick precept, and whatever else you got, Elder Taza Pie. If not, you can take us out. But that's all I had. This 2 Ezra 14 and verse 14 in the GNT. I'm gonna read 13. And this when the angel told Ezra he was almost to the end of the world. So this is the mindset for us who at the end of the world. 2 Ezra 14 and 13 in the GNT, it says, so set your house in order, warn your people, and comfort those who are humble, and teach those who are wise. Then say goodbye to this mortal life. Put earthly cares away from you. Throw down your human burdens and lay aside your weak human nature. And that's the time we in. The Lord bless us to have insight before these things take place to separate from the society. Not like Lot's wife, when it falls, she fell with it. It says, put all your anxieties aside and get ready to leave this world quickly. That's the point. You have seen many evil things already, but far worse things are about to happen. As the world grows older and weaker, the evils that will come upon his people will multiply. And that's where we at now, man. 2025 started off literally with a bang, a Cybertruck bang. You see? It started off with a bang, It started off with people dying. It started off with New Year's resolutions being put to an end. It started off with people in fear, man. Oh, and that's another thing. I was on social media, in Shade Room where niggas gather and talk, right? But I was looking on Shade Room, everybody talking about staying in the house. I don't want to go out no more, right? That's exactly what these elites want you to do. You see, a lot of fear about to be put into the earth. Should I say a lot of things about to happen on the earth to put fear into these people to where one, they're going to keep they behinds in place like the elites want them to. And it's going to be so much fear, they're going to be willing to give up their freedoms to be protected by the government. That's exactly what the elites want you to do. So again, we about to see a lot of stuff happen in a short period of time. So hey, my only thing, keep our eyes single, stay focused, and stay on watch. That won't be caught off guard like these people of the world, But Elder Taza Pie, you got it,
Hey, I got a clip. It's real short. It's the one with Dick Gregory.
You sent it to me? I think he's sending it to me. While he's sending it to me, I'm going to read what our brother's got. The brother said the pot is definitely about to ball over. That's it. Hey, in other words, when a pot usually ball over, that means a food ready. Everything ready. Yeah, it said the movie Cell. Yep, 2 by Samuel. The brother B.A. and Yahweh. Got it, 2 Corinthians 2:11. So that Satan will not outsmart us. It's in the NLT. For we are familiar with his evil schemes. That's it. Hold on, Tyler Pod just send me this video and play it real quick. And we'll wind it down here in a few. Let me get this video from Advertiser Pa real quick.
Was white.
Con.
Can you hear me out?
Yeah, we good. I got the video up for you.
You hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, okay, I can. Yeah, this shit, it's right at the end, brother. Like go to about 5 minutes, and it ain't but a real short. I want you to hear what he said, what you just read, and this is what he said. And he been dead for shit at least what, maybe 8 years now. So this is a while back. But yeah, I think 5 should be good. Go ahead, Doc.
Patents was you heard people talk about they're gonna one day inject you and can control you. Well, these guys come up with something. They don't have to inject you. They just put it in this room and you come in and you smell it. That's what they were for. Okay. And that's why they killed them. They might have not killed them. They might just let them sit there and die.
I never get my character.
That was it. That he was referring to. If you want to go watch the whole thing, that missing airline, Malaysian flight. What was it? God damn it.
Flight 370.
That's it. The water. So he was referring to that, and he was telling why the plane went missing. They had them scientists on there who held the patents for that technology that the brother just read about, and the Rothschilds wanted. And he said the Rothschilds, the one that own the patents for that technology right to this day, after they killed those scientists. With they're possibly deploying in this fall, in this mist, in which they probably been putting it in the chemtrails, but with the fog and the mist, it's more direct or more, as if you spray it in the air, you don't know where it's gonna fall.
Right.
Wind can take it anywhere. But if you put it in fog, you can more direct your attack. So I mean, it is what it is. We just watching, as the Lord told us. We're just watching and reporting. We don't have all the answers, but the answers we do have, we give it to you. And we ain't charging you. This page ain't monetized, and as freely as we receive, we get. But yeah, that's all I had, man. I thought about that when you read that, and damn, it's right there. He brought that out years ago.
Yeah, that's all I had though, Advertiser Pa.
That's it, brother. You can close it out.
Hey, well, with that, Lord willing, this this Thursday watch was edifying. Hey, continue to keep our eyes open. It's a lot that can happen. I feel like we're gonna quote this till we get out of here. As the apostle said, you miss one day, you can miss a lot. As Vladimir Lenin said, it's weeks where nothing happened, but it's decades, or should I say, it's decades where nothing happened, but it's weeks to where decades happen. And we definitely in that time to where it could be a week, a day, a month, to where a lot can happen within that time period to make it seem like decades worth of events and information, man. This definitely an exciting time we living in. The Water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that we are a part of.
Yes, sir. The Water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
The water. But with that, again, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. With that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. And once again, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And peace, as well as the men that taught them. And peace and blessings to all you Joachim out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. And as well as all you believers out there who believe on the gospel. Keep fighting, keep pushing. We're almost out of here.
That's it.
And with that, shalom. The water Akim for the precepts too. The water for tuning in. Shalom.
That's right. Shalom.